Hello students, Dr. Shivaram here once again with a very interesting video. See, look, I often wonder about our position in space, because we live on this planet Earth, which is going around the sun, etc., etc., right? So I often wonder what will be your spatial coordinates at any given point of time. See, let's see if I'm sitting in this very place, let's say for the next 1 month. Does that mean my coordinates don't change? So there are various ways of looking about it. See, look, we know that even as we are sitting, we are not at rest because the Earth is constantly, rotating around its axis. Okay, so which means every 24 hours we'll come back to the same point. So which means technically, if I am, sitting here in the same place, I will return back the same coordinate in another 24 hours, provided that I am also, moving along with the Earth, right? Which we do, all of us do, right? So, but the thing is, and the rotation speed is close to 1000 kilometers per hour. Okay, so now so that assumes that the axis of around which the earth rotates around itself is stationary, but that is not so. Why is that? Because the earth is also moving around the sun concurrently, right? And it is moving around the sun at 107,000 kilometers per hour, 100 times that speed, 107,000 times the speed it's moving around the sun, and it's making one revolution every year, 365 days, roughly. So which means that we can argue that every day, even though I'm sitting in the same place, my coordinate is shifting around the sun. Okay, but once again you can argue that once again at the end of every year we'll come back to the same point, right, where where the origin coordinate was. But once again, that is, we have to assume that the sun is stationary, but the sun is not stationary. The sun is itself revolving around our galaxy at a very humongous speed of 828,000 kilometers per hour. That is the speed at which the sun is moving every hour. Wow. So which means, and remember, it takes millions and millions of years for the sun to make one single revolution around our Milky Way galaxy. So that being said, even in our own lifetimes, we will not return back to the same point where the sun was in the galaxy at one point in the same place in the galaxy, right? Even the entire human civilization has been, cannot, come back to the same, the history of the entire civilization, has happened within one revolution of the sun around the Milky Way galaxy, right? So, and so the thing is, in our own lives, every second we are actually changing our coordinates in space. And not only that, the galaxy itself is moving at millions of kilometers, I think 2.08 million kilometers per hour through space, because space is expanding and the galaxies are moving at that terrific speed, So, so that's what I'm saying. Each and not only us, but even all the stars in our Milky Way galaxy, they are also changing their coordinates every second. So we are not inhibiting the same coordinate in space, in our, throughout our lifetime. Not only that, not only the generations before us, generation after us, we have all had our histories in different coordinates in the universal space coordinates, if you look at the entire thing as a whole. So in space and time, we have entire history has happened, entirely in different universal spatial coordinates. That's why time travel is impossible, because not only you have to reverse time, but you reverse coordinates too, which I think is an impossibility, So this is what I wanted to say in this video. Thank you.